This time. Good morning, Donna. Good to see you. Looks like we
Morning.
have an active group. I've seen a few chats and discussions have already started, which is great. I love it when we have a nice interactive group. So I do like to try and start on time. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right in? So hi everyone. Good morning. My name is Mark Thune. I'm the director of the Master of Science program in IT and Management. I'm also an associate dean here in the Jindal School of Management. And this is a monthly webinar that we have to talk about the program and to answer any questions you might have. We will, the format is, right, I'll spend maybe 15 or 20 minutes just providing some updates and information about the program itself. And then we're going to open it up to questions and answer the questions that you might have. So I want to also start with a couple other introductions. So Donna Nix is also here with us as well. I see, Donna, you've already been answering some of the questions, and she's yeah, go ahead.
Basically, just popping out some links that they may find useful, something to look at while they're waiting for the meeting to start.
Yeah, perfect. And so Donna's the program specialist for the ITM program. She's been at UTD 20
26
plus
years.
years, 26 years, so a
Yeah,
long
longer than
time.
some of you have been alive, most likely.
There we go. And there's she knows the answer to every question out there. If she doesn't know the answer, she can find it. So
I'm
so
good at finding them. I do not know the answer to everything, but if you have a question, you're not sure who to go to, I'm more than happy to try and find you the right person.
yeah, so yeah, thank you for being here, Donna. And we also have on the call a couple of our senior students. So one of the nice things about this particular webinar is you'll have a chance to hear from them. You'll have a chance to see see what they think and hear what they think and they'll have a chance to share their thoughts as well. So they were where you are today about a year ago, right? So they were looking at and planning for joining a Master of Science program, and now they've been in the program here at UTD for a couple of semesters. So Bhumika, Garima, good morning. Glad you're with us. Do you want to just go ahead and just say hello quickly and
Yes, Professor. So I'm Garima, and I enrolled in August for this MS ITM program. I'm currently in my last semester, and like I have taken basically courses from cybersecurity track. That is the specializing track that I'm pursuing here. I have over 7 years of experience in cybersecurity management and stuff. So I'm looking forward to a career in cybersecurity mostly. And yeah, I'm doing my final project with a company called Iden House currently. So yeah, that's about it. I welcome you all for the session with us. And yeah, thank you, Professor.
great, yeah, glad you're with us. So you're taking time away from your internship. So fantastic. That fantastic that you're here with us. So
Yes,
Bhumika,
Professor.
do you want to go ahead and say hello as well?
Yes, hello, Professor. Good morning, everyone. This would be my third semester, the coming fall, with the ITM at UTD, and I'm specializing in product and project management. So I have to see a lot of you on campus next semester, and hope to interview a lot of you to be on the ITM SLC the following semesters.
Yeah, wonderful. So thank you for that introduction. So let's just go ahead and jump right in and dive right in. So I'm going to share my screen, and I always like to just start off talking about job placements, right? Because for many of you, if not all of you, that's a major focus of why you're joining the program, right? You want to get a good job and or advance your career. And so this is something that we track very carefully, we track very closely. Every semester, we look at our graduating students and we find their employment information. So where they go to work, their job title, and if they share the salary with us, we also report on average salaries as well. And so this is recent data. So it says fall 23. So this is the class that graduated in December of 2023. So just about 6 months ago, they graduated. We had 229 students graduate in December of 2023. And then we look at, 3, 4, 5, and 6 month job placement rates. So the placement rate is, how many of our students have a full-time job in their field within 6 months of graduation in this case, right? So 94% of ITM graduates had a full-time job within 6 months of graduation. And so again, this is the most recent data we have, right? If you look at the December graduating class and you go forward 6 months, that's June. And so the job placement success rate is still very, very good for our students, very, very strong. Our students are finding jobs. One I guess, slight difference from prior semesters is it's taking a little bit longer to find that full-time job. So I think our 3 month placement rate was a little bit lower, but the 6 month placement rate was very much in line with what it's been historically. So this is the 3 month placement rate, right? 90 days, and you can see 64% was the 3 month placement rate, but that jumps up to 94% when you look at 6 months. And so this it's just our public website. So this is data that's available for you to see and to browse. And so we actually go back more than 10 years, and you can see in this case, the 90-day job placement rate, right? So how many had a job within 3 months of graduation? And you can see it kind of fluctuates a bit from semester to semester. Typically it's 80% plus. It's been as high as 100%. And then more recently, right, as I was sharing just a minute ago, right, the 90-day placement rate has dipped a bit. So it's taking a little more time to find that full-time job, but the jobs are still out there, and so salaries are still very good. So 92,536 is the average salary for the 229 students who graduated in December 23. They had a bonus, and the average bonus was about $11,000. Average, I guess it's actually first year compensation, and then highest salary package was about 200K. So this average signing bonus is actually a lot of our students in their first year, they get maybe a signing bonus, or they get some additional money that they're paid in that first year, right? And so that's what this number is, right? It's that average signing bonus for students when they first join a company. We track, as I mentioned, placements and the job titles and job roles our students move into, and also the companies they go to work for. And so if we look at, I actually like the PDF a little bit better. The bubbles, I think, show up a little bit better. It's going to be the same information that we just looked at, right? But this time I want to focus a little bit more on, where our students are going to work. And so you can see the names of the companies, and you can see the job roles, job titles. And I actually want to talk a little bit about the job roles, job titles, right? So the world of IT and management is big, it's broad. There are many different paths you can take as you move through the program. There are many different career paths you can move into. And you can see some of the jobs our students move into when they graduate. So a very common role is for students to move into, or graduates to move into, some type of analyst position. So maybe it's a data analyst or a business analyst or a business intelligence analyst, right? So you'll see the word data, you'll see the word analyst show up a lot in the different job titles that we have. Product management, that's one of our tracks that we have as well. And so you'll see a lot of our students move into product management roles. Software engineer, I think most are probably familiar with that role. Web developer, application developer, right? So those are kind of all under the same umbrella, so to speak. And then, you can kind of go down the list, and here we see, for each row represents a graduate. So we had 229 graduates. Each row indicates the company the graduate went to go work for, and their job role, their job title. And so you can see it's a big long list, a really diverse set of titles our students move into, our graduates move into when they graduate, and big long list of companies. So business analyst, product specialist, software developer, Salesforce, right? Technical support engineer with Microsoft, so on and so forth. And TCS, assistant consultant, State Farm, software engineer, Tesla, program manager, technical program manager, so on and so forth. So I'd encourage you to spend some time looking at it, because it is going to give you a good idea of what our students move into, what our students move into when they graduate. And Donna spends a significant amount of time with this data, collecting the data, following up with students to make sure that we're accurately capturing what they have. And so Donna, do you have any thoughts you'd like to just kind of share or add on to about job placement, kind of above and beyond what I've just shared or talked about?
Not a whole lot. Just that it is taking students a little longer to find positions. Some of the things that they used to do in the past aren't working right now. Right now, details matter, so you need to be a little bit more targeted in what you're looking at versus just sending out a whole bunch of resumes and ultimately hoping you'll find something. So yeah, it's just taking them a little longer. They're needing a little bit more guidance. And something I've been pointing out to them too, they are expanding the types of companies they're looking at. I like to tell our students every company has an IT area. Every company needs IT support. If you're solely focused on working for a tech company, it's going to take you a lot longer because a lot of the tech companies, particularly the larger ones, have been laying people off. And so they're also looking for additional jobs in the tech sector. But sectors like healthcare and manufacturing and the financial sector, they all need IT people too. And a lot of those sectors are still hiring in this area. And I think that's what a lot of our students are finding out. They're discovering that their skills translate to different sectors, not just tech companies.
Yeah, and that comment, that's a great comment, Donna, about, every company has information systems, right? And every company needs people to help make the most of those systems that they're using and designing and building. And the small, medium-sized businesses, right, are where a lot of the activity is now. When you look at hiring, and you looked at that hirings list I just shared, typically we in years past or semesters past, right, we would see dozen plus students go work at AWS, Amazon, right? Dozen plus go work at Fidelity or Microsoft, right? And those, I think in the news, right? You've seen, right? A lot of those companies have kind of scaled back their hiring and slowed it down, and that's been the case with our students as well. So I was trying to find this slide I read from McKinsey that talked about just the overall U.S. job market and employment in the U.S. job market. And 60% of all jobs in the US, and these are not just IS jobs or ITM jobs, right? But 60% of all jobs in the US are, um, working for 60% of the people are working for small and medium-sized businesses, right? So the big businesses obviously are, they hire a lot, but it's only about 40% of the total. So the majority are actually employed by small and medium-sized companies, and so you may not have heard of they may not be a household name, but they're definitely still hiring, and our students are still able to find jobs. It's just taking a little bit longer, and the economy's cyclical. It'll go up, it'll go down. Companies will bounce back, so it's just uh, interesting to follow, interesting to see, and long-term trend, I think is very positive. I'm very bullish about the long-term trend. Just thinking about how companies work, how they operate, the skill set our students have when they graduate is going to be in demand for just about forever, right? Um, so all right. So I talked a little bit longer than I had planned about job market placement, but that's okay. Do we have any questions? Any questions about job market or job placement? You can either raise your hand or type the question in the chat window. I know I spent quite a bit of time talking about it, but again, I think this is something that's important for everyone. It's usually top of mind for just about everyone. So I do like to spend a little bit of time talking about it. Any questions? All right. So how about just so I can get a feel for where in the process you are with respect to graduate studies. If you could type in the chat window um, where in the process you are, so when you plan on enrolling and starting at UTD. So if you're, you know, have already been admitted, you've signed up for classes, and you already have your plane ticket to Dallas, and you're going to start in August. Just type in fall 2024 as your start date or your planned start date. If it's, spring 25 and you're thinking about applying for spring 25, right? Type spring 25. If it's, whatever the semester is, whatever you think your start date might be, just go ahead and type in just a couple of words in the chat window so we can get a feel for kind of where you are in the process, and also include whether or not you've been admitted or are still kind of looking at and thinking about applying, so you haven't yet submitted the application. Is the chat window open, Donna? It is. There we go.
I was going to say it should
Thank you.
be.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So Annie, thank you. Fall 2025, researching different programs. Wonderful. Lola, admitted fall 24. This is good. Very, very good. Okay. Starting to get, spring 25. Um, and some fall 24s, admitted spring 25. Okay. So, I see you registered for classes. I couldn't quite see what that picture was. Um, so yeah, a couple of things I'll talk about with our admissions process. So we do have rolling admissions. So that means when you submit an application, we once it's completed, we will review it and make a decision and let you know what that decision is, right? So some programs they admit in batches, right? And for us, that's for the ITM program, MS ITM. We don't do that. Instead, we admit applicants or deny applicants on a rolling basis. So as the applications come in, we'll make a decision, typically within 2 to 4 weeks of receiving all the information. My suggestion is to apply, earlier rather than later. It helps. Sometimes you can when you're thinking about things, you can maybe overthink things a little bit. So just get the application in, and it's very straightforward. And we recently actually made a change so that we're now GMAT GRE test optional. So we do not require the GMAT or GRE, but if you want to take it and want to submit it, if you think it will help your chances of admission, then you can submit the test. Okay. When we receive an application, we're looking for evidence that someone's going to be successful in the program and excel in the program. And so we're going to look at your undergraduate degree, your undergraduate transcript, how well you did, your grades. We'll look at your work experience. So how much work experience do you have? Who did you work for? What were some of the things you did as an undergrad? If you have a test score, we'll look at the test score. If we're also going to look at letters of recommendation, one or more letters of recommendation, and then we'll also look at your personal statement. So everyone is required to write a statement of why they want to pursue graduate studies here at UT Dallas, why they want to pursue an ITM degree. So, Garima, Bhumika, do you want to talk about maybe the application process, or do you have any thoughts to share about applying and just any tips or advice?
Yes, Professor. So I would suggest make your SOP applications, like fill it with everything which you feel like can supplement your application for the program. Also, I would suggest students to attach any certificates or any appreciations or any scholarships they have had in the past as additional attachments to their application. Apart from it, yeah, any previous work experiences, any projects, why you feel like why you feel like taking this course, what you will do after taking this course, and how it's going to benefit you. Also, one thing you can mention about your participation and engagements at campus that you feel like doing after coming here. So, all of these things you can add to your SOP application apart from the attachments, I feel, to boost it. Um, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I will add also that about 15%, that's 15% of our incoming students are changing careers, right? So they do not have a prior background in IS or IT and management or computer science, right? So they might have a background in history or biology or English, right? Or music. It just but they're interested in IT and management, and maybe they've worked for a couple of years, and they've seen other people doing it and learned a little bit about it, and they want to try and move into the field. So our program, the way it's set up, it is set up for those that are looking to change careers. So you can join the program and move through the program without having a prior background. All right. So let me talk a little bit about our curriculum, um, and I think we've here we go. And let me go back here. So a little bit smaller. There we go. All right. So the ITM degree requires 36 credit hours, and you'll see on our website, and you'll see this elsewhere in our course catalog, the abbreviation SCH. That refers to semester credit hours. And almost all of the courses we offer are 3 credit hours. Almost all of the courses you take are 3 semester credit hours. So we have 18 required credit hours of core coursework, 18 required credit hours of elective coursework, right? And so if you divide 18 by 3 credit hours, you end up with 6 courses. So 6 required core courses, 6 required elective courses. Um, and, we found that providing our students with flexibility is to everyone's advantage. So we are able to offer a wide variety of electives. We are able to provide our students with opportunities to pursue many different career paths. And so the program as a whole is very, very flexible in terms of the path you choose to take. So if you want to pursue maybe a career in cybersecurity, right, you would take classes focused, both core and elective classes focused on cybersecurity, for example. If you're focused maybe more on product management, then you would focus on core and elective classes that would help you learn about being a product manager and moving into a career as a product manager. So the courses that those two different students would take would look very different, and there's this flexibility built in that allows you to pick and choose and customize a path that best helps you meet your needs. So the core coursework that we have, so the required courses that everyone must take, are split into IT and management courses, MIS courses, and business core courses. Okay. So everyone has to take programming in Python, a data management class, and systems analysis and project management. So those are 3 classes, right? 3 core classes that are required for all. For data management, you have a choice. You can choose data foundations for analytics or data management. The big difference is data foundations for analytics includes NoSQL, whereas data management emphasizes and focuses on traditional transactional database processing systems, relational database processing systems only. Okay. So, depending on your career path, right, you may want to choose one or the other. I will say, that the data foundations for analytics also includes, coverage of traditional transactional data processing systems, right? Database processing systems, but it includes other data management topics as well. And most of our students are finding it beneficial to understand those other data management topics. So most of our students are now choosing to take the Buon 6320 class, the Data Foundations for Analytics. And I think for most people, that's a good choice. Not all, but most, it's going to be a good choice. All right. One other comment here, if you've taken a data management class as an undergraduate student as part of your degree, or you've taken an object-oriented programming class as an undergraduate student, right? You have the option to waive the core course in the ITM program. And when you waive a course, you replace it with an elective of your choosing, okay? So let's talk about an example. Let's say you took programming in Python or programming in Java as an undergraduate student. You earned a B or better in that class. The class was part of your degree program. It was taken within the past 6 years. You would then have the option to not take programming in Python here at UT Dallas and instead take an elective of your choosing. And we have a big long list of electives to choose from. This is an option. It's up to you. So you have a choice. We have a lot of students who'll say, well, I took programming in Java, but I really want to learn Python. So I'm going to take the programming in Python class, right? Some might say, well, I took programming in Python already, and I don't want to take it again because I feel like I know it and my career is going in a different direction, right? And so they might waive it and replace it with an elective of their choosing. So again, it's flexibility. It's additional flexibility. It allows you to customize and tailor the degree to help you best meet your needs. Core courses that we require are also, we have business core course requirements.
So everyone's still out there. The power just went out in our building here. So hold on a second. We'll see if we can get everybody back online.
And Encore told him like at 8:45 or something.
Hello.
I think it's
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, and now it looks like power's back on.
Okay, so yeah, that's our adventure for the morning, I guess, right? So
That was fun.
so yeah, we lost power. We the whole building lost power, and there was apparently a message from Encore, that's the electric utility provider, and it came in and said they're going to shut power down to campus at 9 a.m. and it might last for up to 20 minutes, I guess. So it didn't last 20 minutes, which is good, but we did lose power there, and power is back on now. So I'm in the process of connecting back in on my computer here. So there we go. So I was talking about the curriculum, the business core class requirement, right? So you have a choice. You have to take 3 business core classes, and they have to be from 3 different functional areas. So you have to take 1 class from at least 3 different functional areas. The functional areas are listed in the catalog. And again, it's additional flexibility. So you can take, for example, statistics and marketing and economics, if that's your interest, right? Or organizational behavior, and statistics and accounting, right? So any combination of 3 will work just fine. So there we go. All right, so I'm back on my computer, and elective courses, yes, elective courses. So 6 core courses are required. Elective courses are split into tracks. Tracks are areas of specialization, and they provide you with an opportunity to focus your studies, to get deep knowledge in a specific area. And we have a total of 7 different tracks. Tracks are not required, so you do not need to complete a track. Again, it's flexible. So you can, if you choose, you can take 1 course from 6 different tracks, or maybe you take 3 courses from 2 different tracks, right? So maybe you want to take 3 courses from our business analytics track or business intelligence analytics track and enterprise systems, right? 3 each. Or maybe 3 from cyber and 3 from product management. Or maybe 2 and 2. So you want to do 2 cloud computing classes, 2 cyber classes, and 2 business intelligence and analytics tracks classes, right? The choice is yours. And this is something that's a real strength of ours, is our ability to offer a wide variety of classes. And this is something that I don't think you'll see elsewhere. Each row you see listed here under a track represents a semester-long course. So we are an SAP University Alliance partner. We have been for more than 15 years. And so that means our students have access to SAP software in the classroom. And we have 7 different classes, semester-long classes, focused on enterprise systems. Okay. And this is just one of our tracks, one of the 7 different tracks, right? So data warehousing, enterprise systems with SAP, configurations with SAP, accounting systems configuration, supply chain software with SAP, so on and so forth. Our business intelligence and analytics track, again, each row represents a different semester-long course that you can take. Lots to choose from. So BA with SAS, BA with R, modeling for analytics, applied machine learning, programming for data science, right? Lots and lots of good courses. Cybersecurity. Again, we have more courses than you'll be able to take in a single master's degree. These are elective courses. So we have about a dozen cybersecurity management track classes, data communications, digital forensics, cybersecurity fundamentals, IT audit, analytical reviews using audit software, IAM, identity and access management, and so on and so forth. And then product management, same idea again. More than 10 classes focused on digital product management, IT consulting, healthcare, and then finally cloud computing. Okay, so the general idea is to pick courses that are aligned with your career goals and your career interests, right? And then to take those courses as you move through the program. And we have, the whole IS world, the IT management world is big, it's broad. There are lots of different paths you can take, and our program is set up in such a way to help you navigate it and choose a path that best helps you meet your needs. All right, so I've been talking for a while, and I know there have been questions asked in the chat window, and you may also have just other questions. So let's open it up for questions at this point, and see what type of questions you have. So again, I apologize for the power outage there. It was something just beyond our control. But for asking a question, you can do it one of 2 ways, right? Just raise your hand, your virtual hand, right? And I'll call on you, whoever has their hand raised, right? Or you can type it in the chat window. Either way is fine. So all right. So Sporty, good morning. How are you?
Hey, hi, good morning, all. Yeah, I have a question here. Coming to this electives, do we have an option to customize these electives by our requirements? Because I have 8 years of experience in this automotive domain, so I neither want to select these electives with respect to product management track, because I want to just touch on even the technical, also on the leadership, also on the management electives. So do I have that option?
You do. That's 100%. Yes, you do have the option to pick and choose classes that are aligned with what you want to do. So, you would choose potentially a class on, strategic management if that was your choice. That would be one of your business core classes, right? So under strategy, that's one of our functional areas. You could take strategic management as a core class, and then the elective classes. Again, the tracks aren't required, so you don't have to satisfy or complete a track. So you literally can just take, any 6 classes with an MIS prefix, or any 6 classes from any of the tracks listed here. So you could do, 2 technical classes and maybe more 2 focused on product or project management, right? It's extremely flexible.
And I do want to add also, you do have what we call 2 free electives. And while you have to pay tuition for them, it means you can select them from other areas within JSOM. So if you are interested in taking additional management courses versus the IT courses, you could take 2 additional courses from different areas on the management side as well. So that adds more flexibility to what you're allowed to take.
Okay, yeah, great. Thank you for answering
Yeah,
my question.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, it's a good question. And not every program is set up this way either, right? So depending where you go, you may be forced to take a certain set of classes, right? But here it's very different. All right, other questions? Other questions? Yeah, Suhas. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Mark. How are you?
Good, doing great.
Yeah, so my question is, so actually, I applied for MS ITM program, and I'll be joining for the fall 2024. So I have selected my courses. So I have one doubt. So I have selected the course. One sec, 1 minute. I'll just yeah. I selected the database fundamental business analytic course by Srikanth as well as Pandian. I have registered for both the courses. I hope you're getting the point, right? So I just want to know, because the Srikanth course, I'm currently on waiting list, okay, which is waiting list around 2, if I'm not wrong. So I just want to know, do I need to drop one so that the other one could be on the waiting list, or can I keep both of them in the enrollment?
Yes, all right. So let me pull up one of my favorite websites that I like to go to. So this is coursebook.utdallas.edu. And again, this is a public website. You don't have to be, I'm logged in, but you don't have to be logged in to view it. And on it, you can see and search for and find, all of the different classes that we offer. And you can see, who the instructor is, the timing of the class, the location of the class, the room number, and so on and so forth. And so, if I understood you correctly, you're on the wait list for one of Professor Kannan Srikanth's.
Yes, that is of BUAN 6320008 and BUN 6320007. I have registered for both of them at the moment.
I see. You registered for both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're on the wait list for Professor Srikanth's class, right? So yeah, there are two people on the wait list. So you will. So when you're on a wait list, right, and seats open up, or when seats open up, if seats open up, the system will automatically try and add you. But if you are already enrolled in another section, that won't actually happen. The system won't actually make that change. So it'll go to the next person on the wait list, right? And try and add that person. So let's say one seat opens up, right? Whoever's first in the queue, it'll try and add that person. If that's successful, then that seat is filled and you don't go to number 2. But if for any reason there's a conflict or the student's already in the class, then it'll bypass that student and move to the next one.
Okay, so that means you can only register to one course.
That's
only.
right. You can only register for one course.
You have to be on waiting list. If you're lucky, your name will be selected, right?
That's right. It's a queue. If you're number 1 on the list, then you go first. Number 2 goes second, so on and so forth. Yes.
Yeah, because I was getting these mails over the past few days, like for the course, there's error in waiting list enrollment error message in our UTD email. So that's why I had a doubt on that. So
yeah.
A clear point. So I'll take a look at it. So I have to drop out on one course. Okay. Yeah, and one more thing, I just so actually I have applied my for UT Dallas back in April, and I got my admit in mid of May. Okay, so I believe that May 1st was the last day to apply for scholarship. And I just want to know one thing. So is there? I'm pretty sure that we can't apply for any scholarship for the current SEM, but we can apply for the next SEM, correct?
Correct.
So I just want to know what to do for that. Means we just need to. When will the applications open for the scholarship and all?
They typically open in August, late August, early September. So the scholarship, the spring 25 scholarships, the application portal will open up in late August, early September.
Okay. Yeah, I think these are the two main questions. And one last question. I mean, this I think pretty sure everyone has the same question. We just want to know what is about the teaching assistantship and about these roles, like how to apply, when to apply, and what are the criteria required. You know.
So we are maybe different than some other schools in that we do not award or give first year students, incoming students, TA positions. So incoming students are not given or not assigned as TAs to help with classes. So our TA positions are for the most part, for second year students in their second year. And we do this for a couple of reasons. One, we want our TAs to have experience taking classes, our classes, right, before they become a TA. And two, it helps us identify the top students, right, academically. So when they apply to be a TA in their second year, right, we have an academic record we can go back and look at and say, okay, this is this student, this person did really well in a particular class, and they may be a good fit to be a TA for that particular subject.
Okay. Yeah, that's all.
So yeah, TAs are second year,
Okay.
for the most part, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think those are the main questions. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot, Donna, for the links as well.
Yeah. So Donna, you've been, I know, other than was losing power there for a while, I know you've been answering questions. What have you seen in the chat window? What do you have? What are some of the common questions that are being asked?
Well, there are some questions about evaluating courses and things like that. And I know you mentioned Coursebook. Did you also mention that you can check a syllabus for a class in Coursebook, and that you can go back to previous semesters and check a syllabus for a previous semester if one isn't listed for the current semester? I would highly recommend taking a look at a syllabus for any course you're considering taking. That will give you some idea of what the requirements are. Because we have a couple of people who are going to be online, who are working full time, and this will help you understand what the course look is for any particular class. So you can go out, look at the syllabus. Oh, well, this course has 10 assignments. Am I going to be able to do 10 assignments? This course has 2 assignments. That one might be better for me. So this will help you, but I highly recommend looking at this for all of them. And they're supposed to post them for the current semester, but you can always go back to previous semesters, as Professor Thuin's demonstrating on screen. And this will give you a pretty good idea of what the workload will be like in any given course.
So I did. So I went back to spring 24, pulled up Professor Srikanth's syllabus for his business analytics data management class, and his fall 24 syllabus may be a little bit different, right? But it's probably going to be mostly similar, right? So this gives you a really good idea of what you're going to be doing in the class. Every syllabus has a week by week breakdown of what's going to be discussed. Most of the time you'll see, homeworks and quizzes also listed, when they're going to be due, so on and so forth, right? And then the
Yeah.
grading scale as well.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
someone also asked in the chat how much percent is the project and exams. So in the syllabus also you will get a fair idea of how much is the homework, exams, and the project percentage.
Yeah, good.
And of course, you can always contact one of our SLC members if there's a particular course, and ask them, have you taken this course? What are your thoughts on it? For each semester, they also do advising pods where they're happy to discuss course selection with you. I said, particularly for those of you who are coming in the spring, we will do an advising pod with them. Anybody who's arriving in fall and who has questions about it, feel free to reach out to our SLC members, and they may be able to give you additional information.
All right, I see another hand. Landon, good morning.
Hello, good morning. So I was the one that asked about the course syllabus, but it does show for me. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not logged in or something like that, but I'm going through multiple different classes here, and it syllabus just shows up as syllabus not available.
So for as a rule, as a policy, instructors are not required to submit their syllabus until the first day of the semester. And so what that means is for most of the classes, most of the fall 24 classes, you will not see a syllabus. It'll say syllabus not available. And so that's most likely what's going on. So what I would suggest doing is, changing the term from fall to spring. I know spring's already happened, right? But all spring syllabi are posted on Coursebook. And if you search for and find the same instructor and,
Oh, that's
and
what
it's the same class,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what
chances
I mean.
are,
It's not showing.
oh, even for spring.
Yeah, correct. Because yeah, I'm going back even all the way to like 2020, and it's still showing on every single class for me, syllabus not available. I'm trying
Well,
a bunch of different courses.
yeah, can you share your screen? Are you okay to share your screen?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Is it working for you, Donna? Coursebook? You're on mute there. But yeah, Landon, go ahead and share. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. So here it's showing syllabus not available. I'll go back to say spring 2022.
So in the search box where it says now, get rid of the now piece. And but it did show up. Add a space and hit search. Go for MI 6360.
Want to try different random number?
Yeah, try different course number. Try spring 24. Go to spring 24. What class are you trying to pull up? Just anyone or?
Yeah, just anyone.
Yeah, so just do a search on MIS. That'll work. So just
Okay.
all of our, well, for the most part, our classes start with MIS. Yeah.
Oh wow, there we go.
I don't know what happened there. I will say
Interesting.
that this course book sometimes gets a little flaky, and just refreshing the tab or opening a new tab sometimes helps. It's I don't know, but this looks like, yeah, that looks like that's working.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And I'll show that as well, but I guess I'll take back over. And Coursebook is helpful too, because you can go back in and again, I'm not logged in, and you can view the instructor's CV.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Okay.
So his resume and in this case Professor Srikanth, and you can see where he's worked, some of the things he's done, where he studied, the types of degrees he has, right? MBA from Kellogg School of Management, MS Computer Science UTD, right? And then you can also see the evaluation, his course evaluation. And so this is, again, for spring 24, right? Every course has an evaluation. Students are given an opportunity to evaluate the course, provide comments, provide feedback. And you can see, in this case, what, is how students evaluated him. And so this is, 4.95 out of 5, or 4.95 on a 5.0 scale, right, is excellent. So that's maybe something you want to look at as well. All right, other questions? So how about Garima? I know you've been around for a little while, and do you have anything you'd like to share, just for tips, advice for new students coming in? Any thoughts, any words of wisdom?
Yeah, sure, Professor. So, I would just say UTD and JSOM really allows and offers a lot of flexibility in terms of the courses, as our professor was also mentioning. So try and check the syllabus and the course load if you feel like you are able to take it or not. Just take the syllabus beforehand, before taking that course. You can also reach out to some of the members, IKM SLC members on LinkedIn or otherwise, and try to check about the courses and everything. And yeah, apart from the courses, I would say there are a lot of things to do here at UTD and JSOM. We have a lot of conferences, networking events, a lot of clubs, and just I would suggest enjoying your time. Just come here, try to connect with a lot of people, lot of students. The professors are very welcoming. You can always approach them for any of your doubts. Just try and make a prior appointment before visiting our professors. They might not be available at the time. So that's it. Like, and you have scope of a lot of projects here. There are a lot of projects going on in the campus. You can choose to be engaged in multiple activities. So it's a very welcoming kind of atmosphere here. I would just say to come with an open heart to learn and to accept the challenges and to keep growing as you progress, and everything will be smooth. Um, so yeah, that's what I feel like. I'm now in my final semester, so I feel like that it has been very welcoming and very um, growing kind of atmosphere I found here, and I learned a lot, and made a lot of connections here at UTD. Also, not only from JSOM but from other schools as well, because of the clubs that I was in. So I'm part of three clubs here, so that kind of lifted it all along the way. So that's what I wanted to share with you all.
Yeah, we didn't spend much time talking about our student clubs and student orgs, right? And so we do encourage everyone to join one or more student clubs while they're here, while you're here, and while you're moving through the program, because it does add tremendously to your experience. You're gonna, meet other people that you might not get to know otherwise. You're going to plan and coordinate a variety of events with industry professionals, right? And so Grima, I know you're in the ITM Student Leadership Council, so that's one of the student clubs, student orgs we have here. What are the others? You
Yes,
mentioned you're in
Professor.
three. What are the
So
other two?
I was part of one is ITM SLC, so I'm in the mentorship team here, and the other one is Women in Cybersecurity Club. So that's a different club, and then I'm in North Texas ISSA Club. That is all. That is also a club which is focused on like cybersecurity. But apart from cybersecurity, I have been part of Infinity Lions Club, and I've been doing voluntary activities, some of them. So there are a lot of clubs, I would say. There's a lot of options um, based on what people want to pursue, what kind of volunteership they're looking for. So yeah, and then I also like to point out there is one event when you get introduced with all of the clubs. They come and host there's an opening session for all of them. So their students can come and reach out to the club members and um, show that they want to join the club. They can reach out to people. So there is one dedicated to that full event. So that is also there, and it's just very good. Like we get to see a lot of clubs all in one place at the same day, same time. So we have option of choosing and reaching out. So it's that.
Good, good, good. All right, and I do see another hand. Timothy, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I just had one question. Is there like a visual roadmap or a semester by semester chart available anywhere for like the recommended classes to take by semester?
So I'm thinking it's
we what happens is, given the flexibility in the program, every single person's journey will be different. based on what you like to do. Now, what advising does do is they do put together a degree plan. So once you've signed up for our recommendation is usually that you take one of your IT core classes, one business core, and one elective each semester. That way you keep on track to make sure that you're taking the appropriate courses. And they will do a degree plan for you. So you will see what areas you need to take courses in. You will see what areas you have met. But there really isn't anywhere where it says, this semester you take these 3 classes, next semester you take these 3 classes, the next semester you take these 3 classes. Given the nature of our program and the way it's designed and the flexibility within it, like I said, no 2 students follow the exact same path through the program.
And that's exactly right. And you know, that being said, Donna's happy to help, and I'm happy to help sit down with you and say, okay, you know, tell me what you're interested in doing, and we can recommend classes to take, right? Your first or second
Absolutely.
you know, third semester. So that general rule though of, you know, it can apply for you know, all of your semesters. One business core class, one IT foundation, and one MIS elective. So if you're taking 3 classes, for example, right? So that would mean something like statistics would be a business core potentially, right? Data foundations for analytics would be an IT foundation. And then whatever track you're interested in, maybe it's cloud computing, right? You would take foundations of cloud computing as your elective class. So that's one possible example. And it is really, I know it seems a little odd that we don't have something like that, but it is, everyone is unique and different and has different goals, different objectives, and they end up doing something a little bit different.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
but good.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Good question. Thank you for asking. Other thoughts? Any other questions? We're kind of right at our time, so I usually keep these to about an hour. Any questions from anyone? Any final questions? All right, I did see another hand drop down quickly. Oluwa, good morning. How can we help?
Yeah, good morning. I wanted to ask if there are scholarship opportunities within this program for international students.
There are. We have 2 different types of scholarships. We have new student scholarship opportunities and continuing or current student scholarship opportunities. The new student scholarship opportunities for fall 24 has closed. It's passed, right? The deadline's over for that. So if you're a new incoming student, right, the next opportunity would be for spring 25 or fall 25. Our website has the I guess the process for applying for a scholarship and being considered for a scholarship and the rules governing that. And Donna's probably already put that in the chat window, and she has, right? So I would click on it, take a look at it. It's probably one of the most important things about it are the deadlines. You know, make sure you pay attention to the deadlines listed on the page. And again, you know, it's already passed for fall 24, but you know, once the deadline's over, you're no longer eligible for applying. Okay. Right.
I also
Thank
just
you.
posted a link to a financial planning webinar that we held. You may want to take a look. That has various options for how to finance your master's degree.
Okay. Are there opportunities for research assistantship, teaching assistantship, stuff like that?
I posted the various links in the chat. I will post them again as far as TARA positions you're not eligible for those your first semester. So I will post the links to those 2 web pages. as well as the link for on-campus jobs. And those are the various options at this point in time. Like I said, the scholarships for fall have closed. But I did post the link to both the scholarship page, the TARA page, and on-campus employment pages. And you guys, and I've also posted my email address as well as the different contact information for our Student Leadership Council. So feel free to reach out to any of us if you do have additional questions.
Yeah, that's I think a good comment, a good place to stop for today, right? So you can, follow up with us via email. You can reach out to us. We're happy to answer other questions you might have. Feel free to connect with us. Donna, I think, usually puts our email and contact details in the chat window here before we drop off. But yeah, I'd like to just thank all of you for joining us this morning. Lots of good questions. I love to see the questions, and hope you found the webinar informative. And if anything else comes up and you just have a question or just want to talk, feel free to reach out to us. So again, nice chatting with all of you, and for those that are joining in August, I look forward to seeing you in person and meeting you in person here on campus in August. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.